Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I will be going over game 3 of my series against Rask. So today I'm sure you're looking at this setup and thinking what the heck this? Um this is I do occasionally like this third row flag. Like this isn't anything I'm going to play in just a typical game. But I find it to be unpredictable. So if I'm playing against a top player, it's something that I will consider. Probably now not as much, considering I played it for YouTube. However, this is a this I wouldn't say this is an absolute abomination if you're a beginner. However, this is especially against Rask's aggressive playing style. It's incredibly anti-lotto. You're not really gonna have much success lottoing against this setup. And it's Rask loves to make assumptions, and this is basically this is incredibly anti-assumptions. You're not going to be able to read this setup very well. General, Marshal, Colonel, all in a line like that. Front row Colonel, third row flag. Um, Two majors on the with a bomb in the front row, with no Marshal, General, or Spy around the defend. Seems quite wild. Like, the setup really doesn't make much sense, but I'm thinking that it'll throw Rask off. So we go for the opening. It does this. Takes with the sergeant. Takes with sergeant. Captain. Trades. Scouts. Yeah, so that's kind of unfortunate. And he also finds that for scouts, so that's pretty good for him. Finds that captain. Poor start. So it's a very poor start. So major trades. So he already has a huge advantage in the bomb and the colonel, and being up the lieutenant for only that being down those two sergeants. So he does like this. That really helps. So do it like this. Come here. Come here. And take with and get the minor. So that's good. Then he takes with that. Comes here. Scout. Lieutenant. So now this is fine. I think I'm doing all right. Takes there. Does that. Trades off. Scout. And now, this is really annoying because this is 100% the result of a memory lapse. I thought for some reason that this was the captain. So I take, and it's the colonel. And that really is a disaster. I'm now. He knows this captain. There's two captains, the front row bomb, up the scout, and he's up the major. So I decide that since this is such a non-typical position, I'm going to see what I can get for this general, which seems to have been made pretty obvious, because it was the only piece remaining to defend this captain. So do this. I decide to take the lieutenant. And now I'm just going to anti-play. I've decided that I have absolutely no intention of trying to win this game, and I'm completely fine with the tie. So decide that I'm just going to do absolutely nothing. And if he wants to try to win, then he's free to try to break through my defenses. Does this, and I take a captain, so that's great. He comes with that piece. And then I decide that I'm going to try to be sneaky here because he's expecting me to move up with a nothing piece. And this piece spawned right next to the general, and this colonel was here, so he's probably not expecting a complete overload. So I decide that if I take and it's nothing, that's nothing, and nothing I can really do about that. And I'm just going to have to go about my previous strategy of just anti-playing. Um, well, maybe not, because now that I've taken the captain, I'm up lieutenant captain and 3 sergeants. So I could try to play it for a win, but it would need some deeper thought. Instead, it's a major, and that's huge. And now I've got an excellent position. Up to captain, lieutenant, and 3 sergeants. I'm not down anything. But I have shown all my pieces, and all I know is the colonel, the captain. So he does that, gets the lieutenant, so that's kind of annoying, but it's whatever. I'd like to trade this off, but of course he's not going to let me immediately. Do this. No. Move here. Just trying to get into a good position for an attack. I do this. I'm able to get the piece traded off. And I'd really like to scout here. Oh, and also, I was considering just running at him here and trying to, if he takes, then I can trap him, and if he moves back, then I get then I can take the colonel or get the lieutenant, depending on what he does. But I decided that I just wanted to play it straight. I was happy with my position. So he does that, and I scout there. It's nothing. And the goal of the sergeant is I just want to find something that's not the lieutenant, which is a sure sign I'm going to find a lieutenant. Come with the minor, trying to see if he'll think it's a spy or maybe a captain. There's this. Come here. And then I find the marshal, so that's really good. Yeah, and this is the general. So the thing is, down that much material, it's really hard to hide these guys for very long. Because you're just going, sometimes when you just, you don't have enough pieces that can take out minors and sergeants and lieutenants. So you're going to have to start showing those pieces for like almost nothing. So that's exactly what ended up happening. And here he realized that he was going to lose a lot of pieces unless he traded. So he had to do that. This miner's serving as a very effective captain bluff. Does this. He's able to hold it together here pretty well. And I was really considering playing this and just cutting him off. But I was very worried that he was going to come down at Lotto because I know his position is desperate. So I come here, do this, and take there. In retrospect, I could have come here and taken this colonel. However, it would have probably introduced some potential problems, especially with my flag. I decided to just play it straight and take with the captain. He takes, and then this is very nice. I could, if I just trade, he moves back, I move here, he moves over, and then he can run around the lakes with the colonel. When I make this move, he's completely trapped. And since I have a spy and he doesn't, just running around with his marshal won't do him much good. So he trades and we trade. So now I know his last lieutenant, which means that I come here because I want to stop any shenanigans on my flag side. And he realizes that I'm going to come and trap this piece, and he doesn't really have any hope, so he sacks there, he sacks there, and that does it. So with that win, I take a 3-0 advantage in this series. So things are looking really, really good. That really, I think the theme of that game is how if you don't like the position you get out of the opening, don't feel bad about just not doing anything. Like anti-playing is a completely fine strategy. Like sometimes a draw is a good result. And if you can just build a defensive fortress in a position you don't like and tell your opponent to come at you, sometimes you get the draw, and sometimes even your opponent will screw up like he did here in an attempt to try to get the win, and he'll give you the win instead. Yeah, I was completely fine with getting the draw in that position, especially being up 2-0 in the series. I have absolutely no problems with that, and he really felt he needed the win. He went for the win, and it didn't work out. So that's the type of thing that'll happen. Stratega is a game that you're not always going to get the best positions out of the opening, no matter how well you play. So just the ability to look prudently at a position and understand I'm not going to win this, and then decide that you're going to slow play everything. That's a really, really important thing. So anyway, good game, the Rask, and I'll see you all in the next video.